Okay, welcome back to my grading tutorial, and today we are looking at 8.5 examples, and here's a shot of the cheat sheet. Okay, I have two copies of my House of Secret number 90, and let me show you why they are both 8.5. Let's take a look at the first one. Sharp corner and edge, as you can see. Slight, very light wear here, not a big deal. Right here, this is a production related issue. I will talk about it later, next. But many copy of this book have the flaw like this. It's almost like the dull blade that cut the cover, create that ripple. So it's not a crease really, but it's not a big deal. The problem with this issue is the wear at the spine. Let's take a look. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and a light little crease here, reading crease. So you're looking at something that have a dozen or more little wear at the spine. That is unfortunately too much, in my opinion, to be a 9.0. You know, when you have a dozen little small flaws on top of the little softness here and a little half an inch crease right there, as you can see, that's why this is an 8.5. Now it's just a little bit too much to be a 9.0, and give you a shot of the back cover, razor sharp. Okay, so right there is an example of a book that just can't make it as a 9.0, in my opinion, mainly because of this little crease right here. If this didn't exist and you just have the dozen or so little ticks on the spine, that might still cut it as a 9.0, but because of all the little flaws on top of that little crease right there, I think 8.5 is more reasonable. Okay, let's take a look at this copy, and here you can see the ripple on the top edge. That's very similar to the ripple here, but this book here unfortunately have ripple all the way. Both top and bottom has a ripple. Okay, so but that's not a big deal. What's a big deal is right here. You see the slight crease right there. It's about 3/8 of an inch thumb crease. The top edge is okay, not razor sharp, but not bad. And down here, unfortunately, you have a 1/4 inch crease right there, and a soft corner, slightly blunted. Okay, and as I point out before, that little ripple here, I do not deduct much for that. And then let's take a look at the spine. You get a slight ding right there. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have 5 or 6 maximum, half of what this one here has as far as spine wear, but because of the problem that you see here and here, you know, I think this book fall into the 8.5 grade range also, given the three major flaws that I point out. And the back cover is actually pretty nice, as you can see. Nothing glaring. There's a slight sun shadow here, which is not a big deal at all, not at this level. So that's not a deduct. So there you go. That's two examples of the book that is 8.5 in my opinion. Now this book is absolutely beautiful. Okay, there's this very slight wave right there, but that's not a crease. Let's take a look. The spine, gorgeous. There's one. Two. Okay, so there's like maybe three little ticks on the spine. Okay, so why do I think this is an 8.5? Let me tell you why. I bought this as a 9.4 on eBay. Okay, it's one of the last time that I will ever buy a book without the back cover. So this one here, I bought advertised as 9.4. And if you look at the picture, sure, there's three spine tick. Sure, 9.4, no problem. Look, there is a 3/8 of an inch tail right there. It's a 1/4 inch, okay? Slightly larger than a 1/4 inch, but not quite 3/8, but right there. That's where the problem is. This was also the book that I bought and I can't return, and because eBay sided with the seller that he did nothing wrong. It was as advertised according to eBay. Anyhow, but because of this tail right there, that's what knocked it down to 8.5. Okay, if you look at my cheat sheet, I have it here where, you know, if you have half an inch tear, the maximum you can have is 8.5. Here we have a book that is not quite half an inch as far as a tear, a little bit bigger than a 1/4 inch, but if I take that into account with the 3 or 4 spine ticks I found, you know, I'm comfortable giving this an 8.5. You know, on any given day, CGC might be nice and give this a 9.0, but I think that would be a stretch. You know, if I sell this raw, I definitely list it as an 8.5 with a tear. Okay, let's go for some other example. I should have taken these out of the bags first to make it a little bit easier. So let's pause for a second. And before I put this book away, I also want to point out the few other minor flaws that make this an 8.5 beside the tear. As you can see, the tear right there. You can see also of like there's 2 little thumb crease right there, thumb indent, and then if you can see the edge of this book in the back, it's light wear, it's very light wear, but still, as you can see, the corner. So there is just enough wear on the back cover beside the tear there to make this book an 8.5 in my opinion. Okay, let's take a look at this next one. This book problem is right here. The top of what I call light wear. You know, this is what happened when you put a book in a box, and over the years, you know, without bags, so every time you reach in and get the book, your thumb damage the book a little bit more and a little bit more over time. So right there. So that's, if the rest of this book is good, a 9.2 is still possible, but as you can see, there's quite enough wear on the edge of the top that make it not so great. Let's go ahead. So let's look. Slightly rounded, not a big deal. There's 1, there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you're looking at 8 spine tick right there, along with the light wear on the top edge. The rest of this book is flawless. This book certainly can be a 9.0, but let me point out what keep it at 8.5. You see right there, there's a little scratch and tear right there, hip of Superman. That's what knocked this down to 8.5. When you look at this, at first it looked pretty decent, and then when you see that little right there, this along with the wear on the top and on the side, we keep it at 8.5. A very nice looking 8.5, but in my opinion, still an 8.5. Okay, this one have some wear right there. The corner, not so bad, not razor sharp, but it's okay. That look pretty decent. Slightly wavery, as you can see, but not bad. Let's look at the spine. There's a slight rounding of the top corner. Not bad, but slight wear at the staple right there. Not bad, but here's 1, here's 2, here's 3, here's 4, 5, 6, 7. I think this book, if I can remember right, have a lot of problem on the spine that cannot be seen easily. Maybe that's why I include it in the pile. But you can see there's a lot of wear at the spine right there. There's 1, 2, there's like 4 fairly large crease that didn't break color, but as you can see right there, that is what keep this book 8.5, potentially a 9, just because the wear at the spine is well hidden enough that it's not so visible, but the wear right here is very visible. So this book is one of those books where I would consider a strong 8.5. Potentially can be a 9 on a good day, on a lucky day with CGC, just because a lot of the wear at the spine, as you can see right there, is not easily seen because of the white spine. Let's see the back cover. The back cover of this book is pretty good. So if there was a book that can slip through as a 9.0, I would say it's this one so far in my pile of examples. Alright, this one, here's a problem. This corner right here has 2 creases. One go this way and one go this way. Okay, the rest of this book is decent. Very nice actually. Like you can see, razor sharp edge and corner up there. Slight wear there. Let's see the spine. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the spine have 5 little dings. Okay. If this book If the rest of this book was sharp and flawless, 9.4 easy. But this right here, that's just too much to be a 9.0 because there's two creases there. If you add them together, they would be over an inch, I think. But you know, given where they are and together like that, to me that's an 8.5, a solid 8.5. Okay, next example. As you can see, you know, as I go down in the grade scales, I try to provide as many examples as possible because it's needed. There's just way too many variants as far as what an 8.5 can look like. Okay, so for this book, you can see the corner wear there. Okay, and a little edge wear here. Even a little ding right there. But the spine is beautiful. This is one of those few books where it's almost impossible to find a near mint copy. Very hard, as you can see. Beautiful book. Let's see the bottom edge. A slight wear here, not a big deal. Slightly rounded here, but not bad. And then the edge, a tiny nick right there. So this alone, as you can see the wear up here and the little corner crease and a light ding right there. This alone, without seeing the back cover, those area on the two edges right here, already put the book at maybe 9.0 maximum. And then when you flip over the book, okay, slight wear here, not a big deal, but big enough to count against that 9.0 front cover. And then you see the wears here on the edge. Okay, not bad, but you can see it. And then also the rounded corner here. So cumulative, if you look at the wear on the edge, the little corner crease there, the wears here, and then the problem that you see on top and on the right here, that's what makes this an 8.5 in my opinion. It's a damn shame because this is such a tough book to find in high grades. Okay, let's take a look at another one. Let's take a look at this book. That looked pretty good right there as far as the edge and that corner. But then when you come down to this, you got quite enough rubs up here on the edge. Okay, so that would be light wear on the top edge. Very nice looking corner there. Then you have a little tear right here. It's not a 1/4 inch, it's more like slightly larger than 1/8 of an inch in my opinion, but it's there. And then you have a little rub down here. The rest of the book is pretty decent. You can see one little spine tick there. There's another one there, another one there. But overall, as you can see, so if you look at this book, okay, certainly it look a lot nicer. You know, potentially this can be a 9.0. Okay, it's all depend on, you know, what CGC think of this little tear. But in my opinion, you know, when you have the rub in this corner, a lot of soft corner right, the edge right here, okay, on top of the little tear. Let's see how the back cover looks. Not bad. Okay, you can see there's a ding right there on the spine. There's a few more stress right there, as you can see on the spine. Okay, this is a beautiful book. Now, what got me as far as why I think this book is an 8.5, even though the rest of the flaw is fairly minimal, is this slight bend here on the cover. If it's hard to show it, I wonder if I can. It's really tough for me to show the flaw of this book. Can you see the very light crease that go across the X vertical? I'm pretty sure you can see it. Very hard to see. It's very faint. Okay, it's not color breaking. It's run like here. It's about two or three. I would say 2.5 inch or so. But it's right there. It's very faint. It's almost, well, it's, I don't think it's even visible. But if you hold the book up to the light, as I have, like just like that, there's just enough hint of it there that I think, take into account with the rest of the little flaws that you see, I'm comfortable that this is an 8.5. Okay, okay, let's take a look at another Silver Age book. Let's see, you can see this light, that's about, I would say bigger than a 1/4 inch, but there's a light crease there, and then you can see the light overhang on the top edge, and then a good 1/2 inch wear and a little crease there. So the top edge definitely have enough wear that would be easily more than light, would be more like in a light to moderate area. But the spine of this book, there's one ding right there. Okay, and then for the rest of the spine, it's pretty nice. It's a light one there. Okay, so the spine have really two things, and then you have most of the issues is right here on the top edge. Okay, let's see how the corner look. Beautiful. Let's see the back cover. Looking good. Sharp edge and corners. And the spine look pretty decent at the back. Okay, but as you can see, the problem that we have is the crease up there and all the wear you see. Sometimes the overhang create like the light wear right here. So like I said, the whole problem with this book is right up there. But that's what keep this book at 8.5. There's no way this will be higher, even though the rest of this book is beautiful. Like I said, the spine have only 2 dings on it, and the rest of the book razor sharp. Beautiful. A very presentable 8.5. Okay, let's look at this one. Okay, the corner a little soft, the edge some very light wears right there. Okay, not bad, but it's there. And then you have a slightly scuff corner there, not a big deal. There's a little crease here that run through Sue's hair that you can't see in the yellow. This book have also a very decent spine right here. You have 1 and 2 and 3, okay? But what knocked this book down the most is right here. You see this? There's a very fairly big ding right here, 2 of them. So right there, corner razor sharp here. So when you look at this book, light, very light to light wears on the corners and the edge on top, not a biggie. And then you have some ding here, but then there are just too many problems right here. This one is probably 5/8 of an inch. Okay, this one may be a 1/4 inch, but really there's just too many problems right there to be higher than 8.5. Okay, the rest of the book is beautiful. As you can see, the back cover, everything look great. Okay, so that's another 8.5. And you know, for me, Silver Age book 8.5 is very beautiful, very presentable. You know, I don't need 9.8, 9.6. Sure, would I love to have super high grade Silver Age? Who doesn't? But when you see something like this and it's 8.5, I have no problem keeping it in my collection. No need to upgrade. Let's take a look at this book. Sharp corner, nice. Okay, here you go. It's light wears right there. Okay, so really the corner is not bad. It's just a slight little wear right there. Let's see the edge. Okay, you see some light wears here. It's like a light thumb crease right there, you can see. Okay, it's, and then looking good. The spine of this book is really nice. You know, there's a little scuff right here, a little scratch on at the top staple area, you can see. But that's it. The rest of the spine is super nice. Okay, so let's see this corner. Sometimes the yellow, you can't really tell if there's any issue there. Let's take a look at that inside. No problem. The majority of the problem is right there. This slight reading crease or thumb crease you can see is a good, probably, you know, less than 2 inch, but it's right there. So you look at this issue here, on top of, you know, the slight rub where the staple is, and then the slight wear up there. You know, it would be hard to give this book a 9.0. Maybe CGC would be generous on any given day, but take a look at, let's take a look at the back cover. Razor sharp corner. Okay, you get a slight little bent here along the edge. Not a big deal. You can see. Okay, the cover is not that's just dirt. Okay, just slightly dirty. Okay, so you can see the back cover is not bad, but because of that right there, I'm comfortable listing this as an 8.5 if I was to sell it. And this is the second appearance of Dark Side, or Dark Shield, I'm not sure how you pronounce his name. It's the mega villain of the DC universe. Before I go, I pull out a few slabs. When I bought this book, I bought long ago, I bought this before I understand grading or know how to grade, and this was advertised as a 9.4. If I know about grading back then, I would not have hesitated to send this book back and get my money back, because there's no way in hell that this is a 9.4. Let me show you why. Okay, the edge of this book right there, corners, very good, but the top edge of this book have a lot of issues. Okay, it looked good there, but then look at that. There's a lot of problem along with that 1/4 inch crease there. So you can see the wear on top is a little bit too much. Okay, if the rest of the book is perfect and sharp, maybe a 9.0. Okay, with the top edge wears like that, maybe a 9.0 if the rest of this book is razor sharp, but it is not. The problem with this book is the spine, the white color of the cover, hid a lot of the problem. Maybe I can see, I can zoom it in. You can see the stress point where the staple is, because the way the placement of the staple, you can see, you know, the person that read it put a lot of stress there on the paper right there. Maybe I can, right there, can you see the ding, a fairly big ding on the spine show up on the back cover? So right there, look at that, along with the problem at the staple. Not bad, but it's there. And then you can see there's multiple stress point right there at the spine, as well as where the lower staple is. Okay, so if you look at the issues that this book had at the spine, or the major ding, and then you add that to the soft edges here on the top of the book, doesn't matter what the rest of this book look like. That's why it's an 8.5. When I decided to sub this book just to find out what the heck it was, I felt that it has a slim chance at a 9.0. So it was not a surprise to me when I see the grade is 8.5, because I think that's a fair grade for this book, with the problem on the edge as well as all the issue at the spine. Well, anyhow, I hope you got enough examples of 8.5, and thanks for watching. Bye.